Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since we had a sit down talk, so that's what this one's gonna be. So go ahead, get comfy. We're not going anywhere, we're not doing anything. It's just you and me and just catching up on what's been going on with me. Oh wow, really reflecting in my glasses there, so let me take them off. All right, so today what we're gonna talk about is my decision to not compete in the New York City July WBFF bikini competition. So I know if you guys watch my channel or you follow me on Instagram, you know that it was something I was really excited about, something I've been working on, something that was taking up a lot of my time. I was on prep with my coach, Randi, and everything was going really, really well. I was really looking forward to it. I was very excited, and I was putting my whole heart and soul into it. But then as prep got tougher and things started, as time went on, and I started having some negative side effects from prep. And I had to sit down and really think about everything I was going through, what I was feeling, what was happening to me, and I had to think about if this is still something that I wanted to continue to put my body and my mind through. So let's kind of back it up. And so when I was younger, in my early 20s, I had I had a spell of, I suffered from anorexia for a while. And part of getting over anorexia, anorexia is an eating disorder, of course. And then for me, when, there we go, it's a little better. For me, when I was transitioning and recovering and healing from my anorexia, my eating disorder turned right into another eating disorder of binge eating. Now, I was not bulimic. I never purged. I never, threw up afterwards. I just binged. I had complete, full force, would just see red, couldn't stop myself, just shoving anything edible down my throat, binges. And since I couldn't purge, I wasn't bulimic, I gained a lot of weight. I went from being extremely underweight from my anorexia to being pretty chunky monkey from my binge eating disorder. So it took me a really, really long time, but I did overcome the binge eating disorder, get control of myself, and have a healthy relationship with food again. And I haven't had a relapse in years, and I would consider myself completely recovered from any eating disorder until recently in my prep. So the past few weeks in my prep, I want to say, we're in June, mid-June now. So end of May, I started noticing this obsession with food. It's all I thought about. Food all the time. Just constantly thinking about food. And I didn't really panic at first because I figured, well, I'm in extreme calorie deficit, and I'm working out a lot all the time, doing a lot of cardio, for my body type, so I thought, okay, it's normal. I'm craving food. I want it. It's the way that it should be. But it got worse, and it just got worse. It was all consuming, just thinking about food 24/7. And then, I was tired and cranky, but these are all things that I thought, were normal and are normal for a person during prep. But then I binged. I had a night where I binged. I I couldn't stop. I just started shoving everything. I just started eating everything in, I think I had pizza and french fries, and then that wasn't enough. So I think there was ice cream in the freezer, and I ate pretty much all of the ice cream in the freezer. And then I like ate an entire tub of peanut butter, like literally just spooning it out of the jar, just ate that. And I just ate everything. And I think I ate rice cakes, and I think I had like almonds or nuts or something, some type of nut, and I just started just eating them. Like I just binged that night, like just that back to the old, like no control, just saw red, just food, no control, just literally ate myself sick. And I was just kind of like, oh, maybe I just needed a serious refeed. Like, okay, we just lost control. It's, it happens, whatever, we'll get back on track. So, didn't say anything. I don't think I told my coach. I don't think I told Randy. I don't really remember now. But I think I just got the next day and was like, okay, we're back on track. Like, everything's okay. We just had a little slip up, but it's fine, And then like a week went by, and I binged again. It was another night where I just ate everything. Completely. I think, that was just another night, just another binge, just ate, just total like cheat meal, just ate. I don't remember what I ate, but just binged. So basically what happened was the binges started getting closer and closer together. And, first I was like a week apart, and then it would be like 5 days apart. And then one time it was literally 3 days apart from a binge. And that's when I thought, oh my God, like I'm relapsing. Like this competition is so much pressure on me mentally. I'm losing control. I'm losing control, and I'm relapsing into an eating disorder that I had beaten years ago. I remember, I think it was that point where I had binged, and then 3 days later I binged again. I went to Target after work, and I bought a bunch of like frozen pizzas and like cheat meal stuff, and I bought a box of Oreos, or like, like the container of Oreos, and I sat in my car in the parking lot outside the apartment, and I ate probably half the box of Oreos. I ate until I was sick, until I was like sugar sick, where actually the thought of consuming another Oreo, which for me, because I'm a little person, is literally like, say, half of the box. It wasn't even the whole thing, like half a box, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna throw up, I ate to like literally thinking and putting another Oreo in my mouth was just like sickening. The thought of that sugar hitting me was sickening. So I sat there, I ate to that point, and then I sat there and I cried. Just cried in my car, because I was so disgusted with myself that I couldn't stop eating, that this was happening to me. And I was so disgusted that I was relapsing, and I was so heartbroken, because I knew at that point that I probably was not going to be ready for my show in time, because I had effed up in the past, past week to 3 weeks, and not been on my macros. So at that point I hadn't gained weight, but I definitely wasn't like losing. I wasn't on progress, because I was binging, and I wasn't purging. I was consuming this food. My body was absorbing these calories. So I pulled myself together. I remember getting out of my car and taking what was left of the Oreos and throwing them in the dumpster in my apartment complex. And then I pulled myself together, whatever, grabbed all my stuff, and I went into the apartment. And I went in and smiled and lied and to my boyfriend, and just faked it, like that everything was okay. That didn't just happen in my car. That nothing negative had happened. I didn't binge. I didn't cry. There was no Oreos. I was fine. He didn't know. I mean, he knows now because I've told him, but he didn't know at the time. And I remember that night, I think after he went to bed, I stayed up, and that's when I binged again that night. Even after I had cried and felt like shit, you know, a couple hours later after he went to bed, I ate the food that I had bought from Target, the other cheat meal foods. I don't remember what they were, but I binged again when I was alone. Often I preferred in the past, and I did it again, like, because you're embarrassed about what you're doing, so you binge alone, like. But what they always say, you know, what you eat in private, you wear in public. So because of that, I had to sit down and really take some time and think about continuing in my prep and continuing for the bikini competition. And I made the very hard decision to discontinue prepping for the show, and I am not going to be competing. Now, I'm not saying anything negative about the bikini competition industry and world. I think it's a fantastic sport. I still admire those women and men who compete, and I think it's wonderful, and I completely support it. And I'm not saying it's unhealthy or a negative industry or anything. I am simply just saying, for me, with my past eating disorders, that for the time being, for the foreseeable future, competing is not right for me. It is not healthy for me. So I have to say, as I told my coach, and Randi was nothing but supportive, 100% supportive, right there with me. And, you know, she lives in Canada, but basically, you know, virtually held my hand through the whole thing, which really, really helped me to know I made the right decision and not be ashamed and feel like a quitter or a failure or a loser. She really reminded me that this is okay and that she could relate to me. And that felt really, really good. And I don't like talking about it. Like, I don't like talking about this because still part of me still feels like a bit of a failure. Still part of me is sad that I'm not competing. And I'm sure some people are out there going to say I'm a quitter. And fine. If that's what you want to think, that's fine. But I know the truth. I know that this is for my health, my physical and mental health. So I am still on a program with Randi. We're still going to finish out my program, but we're just trying to be happy, healthy, and, you know, lean out, you know, but not into like an extreme about to go on stage look, just to like, wow, that girl, I mean, she got a rockin' body, she kills it at the gym, you know. We're just trying to stay at that point, because actually I have gained a few pounds, honestly, which is even worse. Even right after I decided that I wasn't going to compete, I felt better. Like, I instantly felt when I made the decision, this pressure just lift off me, this weight just lift off my chest. But I still binged a few more times. And I just think that's, you know, like, it's a healing process. It's not going to be like overnight, you know. So I had a few more binges, and so I have gained a few pounds, which I know everyone, that the few people that I have shared that with have been like, I don't see it. Like, what are you talking about? But I mean, I guess it's not like easy to see, but you know your body. When you gain weight, you know it. Like, and I see it, I feel it, I see it, you know, in the mirror. So I am uncomfortable. I don't feel 100% confident in my skin right now. So that's what Randi and I were working to take those couple of pounds off, and then get me back on just like a healthy relationship with food again, get me back to just being lean, green, mean fighting machine. And so that's where we are. So still working with her closely. She's still giving my nutrition, my macros. We're still in a deficit. I can have my weekly cheat meals are back. You know, still like in control, but I do get them back, which is nice, because that's something to look forward to. So I do feel much better. And so this is just, I wanted to update you guys, because you know there will be no show. You will see no show. There will be no more my Road to the Stage episodes. And like I said, I don't really like to talk about it too much. So I kind of was, this is me putting it out there, putting out the truth, explaining everything that I think that needs to be explained, and hopefully everyone in my life and on the internet accepts this and supports me and like says, okay, I understand, and we move forward. We don't dwell on this, because I really don't want to talk about it. It's not that I'm ashamed, like I'm okay. I have no problem admitting that in the past I had eating disorders and I had a flare up again. But I still, like, it's still upsetting, it's still painful that I'm not competing, that I still, you know, I still feel like I set a goal and I'm not gonna reach that goal. So it's not that I failed because I didn't work out hard enough or whatever. It's you know, like, you know, I relapsed into an eating disorder. You know, I can't feel bad about that, but, you know, still a part of you does. So, yeah, this is it. This is like my one time probably talking about it. And I'm not saying that I might, you know, never try again. I might try again in the future to compete, you know, maybe in a different industry, a different federation or you know, or whatever, but because I still 100% support it and I would still like to do it. Just right now, it's not the best for me. So that's my life update. We're gonna get back to, now that I will have more free time, because my life won't be revolving around prep all the time, and I personally feel better. I feel happier. I feel, because I honestly had kind of lost interest. Kind of lost interest in YouTube for a while, because my life was just so like prep all the time, you know, lifting before work, and then I'd work, and then I'd go back to the gym afterwards and do my cardio, and I like, it was my whole life, which is fine, which I know that's what it was supposed to be and what I was getting myself into, but I just like had no time, and you know, A, had no time, and B, lost interest in doing like YouTube or, you know, Instagram and, you know, seeing friends and stuff, because I just, when I had any free time, I just wanted to like sit on the couch and watch YouTube videos, watch other people's YouTube videos. I just really lost like myself too, which is great, because if you know, like, I'm gonna be doing a 10-week prep and then I'm competing and then my life can start again, that's fine. But, you know, for me, like, I was unhappy, I was so stressed, I was so unhappy, because I was just like, this is my whole life, I'm missing out on stuff. And then I started binging, and then I was like, F it, like, you know? So, God, I hope this, I wasn't meaning for this YouTube vlog to be super long or anything, but it probably will be. But that's the update. I will not be competing. I still 100% support the industry, and I think those girls and the women and the men that, you know, that compete in figure, bikini, totally support them. I think it's wonderful. I think the sport can be done and you can be healthy. I think the sport can be, you know, healthy and safe for the human body. For me, like I said, for me personally, mentally, I wasn't in the right place to compete. So I'm still on my program with Randi, and we're just gonna get me like lean and mean and shredded for summer and looking good, but not gonna be stepping on stage. So, you know, if you have any questions, or if anyone has any questions or personal experiences with, you know, eating disorders and you want to share that, please feel free to leave comments below. I definitely always read my comments and usually respond back. But otherwise, like I said, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled vlogs of recipes and life and the gym and all the good stuff that I wanted this channel to be. I'm back, I have all my free time again, and I feel positive and happy about myself, and I feel like I'm on the right track, and So come along with me on my little journey to take off the few pounds that I gained from my binge eating. And then as we just continue and shoot for the stars. All right, guys, so I hope everyone is having a great day. And, you know, if you are dealing with something in your life that's painful or hurting you, reach out. There are plenty of organizations out there that will help you. There are tons of great organizations that will help people with any type of eating disorder. And it doesn't even have to be that. It can be depression or an abusive relationship or anything. If you are in trouble, talk to someone, tell someone, you know, find an organization, get help. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, if you support me, please hit the thumbs up button at the bottom. It really helps support the channel. It spreads it for other people can find me and join our journey. And then I will see you guys in the next one. I'm going to Ocean City in a week. Well, in a week from today, probably like 4 or 5 days when this vlog actually goes live. So I'm going to take you guys along on that. So everyone,